All right. What up? What up? What up? What up? We here. We're RKT Appraisals in the motherfucking building. We got Rashidi and Kaleem up in here. So today's topic: who's taking care of these old niggas, man? Who's taking care of the old people? So what's this topic about? Go ahead, Rashidi. I know you're ready to go in, or Kaleem, I can go ahead and make it happen.
Yeah, man. We just talking about right now, man. Like the topic said, who taking care of the old people, man? I mean, at the end of the day, this is the time now where inflation's at an all-time high, health insurance is at an all-time high, and if you're not taking the proper steps to take care of the elderly people, your moms, your pops, your uncles, who's taking care of them?
Right.
It's the real fact that if you're like 60 years old right now, getting 65, getting ready to retire, you can't really retire because at the end of the day, most people's Social Security averages like $1,000 a month.
Right.
And if you got health insurance alone is $700 a month. So you left with $300 left to live. So wow. It's up to us, the youngins, take care of the old heads, because if you don't start doing things, put things in place now, trying to take care of your uncle, mother, father, whatever the case is, you're gonna have to end up putting them in a nursing home or moving them in with you, and you're gonna have much to do.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Wait. What you mean? How the fuck did these niggas become my responsibility? What you talking about?
That's crazy.
The way, listen, like my pops always say, once a man, twice a child. That's how.
Yeah. Circle of life.
Nigga, you ever seen that movie, I Care Too Much?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I care a lot, or I care a lot. Yeah. Let them niggas be wards of the fucking state. What you talking about? I don't know them niggas.
But if you think about it, like it's crazy because there's as much children as there are in the world. There's that much adults. So then, there's not enough nursing homes for all these adults. There's not. So then, who is going to take care of all these adults when they get to this age? The finance is one aspect. It's a huge aspect. It's but then also it's the health aspect. Who's going to be there all day to day? Who's going to be there to if they, God forbid, if they fall and break a hip or something, or if they go, just something as simple as going to the supermarket, they can't just go through by themselves. I see plenty of people on the streets where you see them walking and they got like the hunchback of Notre Dame back, and they trying to cross the street with their shopping cart, and and it's like, you just looking at them like they have nobody to help them do this. And it's because literally they have nobody in their lives to help them do it. It's just them by themselves. Right. So then it's like it becomes a question. It's like as an adult, as a young adult, as you're getting older, you got to say to yourself, who do I have in my corner? Because at some point in time, when I do get older, the things that I'm doing when I'm young, I can no longer do. And the problem is that we feel that we're going to be here forever. So then we don't think about these things when we are in our 20s and in our 30s. We don't think about our 60s and 70s. And mind you, 60s and 70s is young. But the messed up part about it is that's usually when people get to the point where they need the assistance on some level, whether it's financial assistance or physical assistance. So who's going to be there for them? Who's going to help them out? And the thing is, like I said, we don't plan for these things. Even people who have children, their children don't even want to, depending on how you treat your children, it'll let you know if they're going to be there for you when you get older and they get older. Because a lot of
okay, but what if you don't have children?
Good question. Here's the thing: you may not have to have children, but you have to know something. You have to be connected with somebody. There's 8 billion people in this world. If you're not connected with someone, then that's an issue. Someone younger than you,
I don't see any.
That's an issue. Because here's the thing. I'm sorry, I mean cut you, but I'm saying here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Whether you consider them like a godchild, a niece, a nephew, somebody, like you have to have somebody that's younger than you that looks at you and has respect for you enough to where they're gonna at least check on you from time to time when you get older. Yeah. There's no way around it. And if you don't, that's an issue itself. You got to really consider, like, wait a minute.
I ain't got nobody.
I got an issue, bro. I got a fucking issue because there's nobody on this planet except my moms and pops that give a fuck about me. And I
love you, man. It's fucked up.
That's why I tell everybody all the time, it's all fun and games. You better be the best uncle and best older cousin or
y'all better
or
mentor some
cousin
kids
or all
now.
that's where that come into play. You better start playing your part now, getting them gifts out and all that.
Yo, you know what it is? Hopefully one of these niggas that be in the chat on our dating shows might want to hold us down or something, because I mean, look, my nephew's like 8 years old now. I don't know if maybe later on he might be looking out for a nigga, and I'm trying my best because he's the beneficiary on pretty much everything I own. You understand what I'm saying? But who knows? He might turn out to be a dick.
Yeah, he gonna
at least if you take care, you don't even matter.
You know, and nephew, if you end up watching this, I'm not saying that you're a dick. I'm saying it's possible that you might end up turning out to be a dick and not want to take care of me. But if you do, thank you though. But my one nephew is the one person that I think that could possibly. You understand? And I don't know. There's no guarantee on that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why a nigga working hard now. So it's like, you know, that's why we brought RKT Appraisals, RKT Business and Finance. Sorry, RKT Real Estate and Finance. Y'all niggas need to update the website, honestly.
The site is updated, actually. It is. Yeah,
yes, you told us we would have redid the shit on the banner, because I'm reading the banner. That's why. Right. But RKT Real Estate and Finance. That's why we working with y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? So we could get the game out here, so niggas could have retirement situations, could have like we talked about a few weeks ago, having retirement, having extra money to take care of for assisted living and all that type of shit. Because a nigga's gonna get old, you know what I'm saying? And me being the type of nigga I am, I ain't trying to get married. I'm not trying to have no kids, so I'm gonna be a lonely ass nigga around here, bro. I'm gonna have to pay some chick that don't even like me to wipe my ass. Like, it's fucked up.
It's crazy. Like, I know, and it's gonna be here sooner than we think, because we in our 40s now. We want to be 60 in 20 years and shit. If we hopefully we make it that long, and then it'll be here sooner than you think. It's like shit.
And you got to look at it from this perspective too. Like, what if something were to happen to you in your home, and it's just you. Right, like you live by yourself. It's just like literally, like you just crocked over. Like you gotta go to the hospital. You don't have enough. You're too weak to where you can't even make a phone call to call the ambulance. What happens to you?
Dead nigga.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just little stuff like that we really got to think about. You get what I'm saying? And it happens. And then you say to yourself, how did this person? Because they didn't have anybody. And like I said, it doesn't have to be the close person to you. Better got to be somebody that you could connect with. That you know, okay. This person, like Rashidi, he has a son. He's good. He's valid. You get what I'm saying? But unfortunately, we all don't have that. So then, at some point in time, as we're getting older, and another thing is prevention. Us as adults getting older, I've seen people in their 60s and 70s who look like they're in their 90s. And then I also see people in their 60s and 70s who look like they're in their 40s.
Right.
Right.
So if you're taking care of yourself properly, you can literally take care of yourself until the day you go.
Right.
But unfortunately, most people don't do that. The average person is not doing that. So you got to put yourself in a position to where there's somebody there to help you. And like Rashidi said, especially with the finances, that's something huge.
Hey, real quick, real quick, right? We just did a because we got the show that we do it's on Patreon. If you want to be a part of it, it's called the Bad Boy Show. You want to be a part of it, the Bad Boy Show. If you want to be a part of it, it's on patreon.com/Mr. Lucario. If you want to be a part of it. Right. Now, but on the show, one of our current event stories was about Flavor Flav. And he explained how he spent about $2,600 a day for 6 years on crack.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
He spent $2,600 a day on crack. 6 years straight.
Right.
And you see how Flavor Flav looked. Flavor Flav is what, like 60? And he looked like he 90.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because all of what the drugs did to him. You understand? So that's just a crazy example of how like he's one of the super outliers of the type of people that don't take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? But he got a gang of kids though, because I guess in his crack years he was fucking like crazy. But and it's crazy. A nigga like him would be more better off than me. Ain't that fucked up? I ain't never took crack or sold crack in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just because I ain't got no kids. That's fucked up, man.
Man, it's that's tough though, because like, you know, and this is the thing. Is that because sometimes like, you know, you might be old and then you have, or you're getting old or whatever, and you have certain people that you know, but they still might not necessarily help you out. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say what would be your advice for people as they're getting older to have something just in case they don't got somebody to help them out? Like what would they need to do?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, that's why you do got to really, take care of your finances, because the reality of the situation, you got to think about it. As we get older, whether we take care of our health or not, our health and our stamina naturally declines. So automatically, that's why you retire at 65, because your body needs rest, no matter how healthy you are. Mm-hmm. So if you stop working, the average person, if you make on average through the course of your life, average about $22 an hour, $25 an hour, your Social Security check is only going to be like, after taxes, well, you don't get taxed after 65, but your Social Security check might only be like $1,500 a month. Then your medical insurance is about $700 a month. So you left with $800 a month to live off of. That's why so many old people are broke. And when I say they're on a tight budget and they live in assisted living homes, they can't do nothing, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing after they retire. So I mean, to answer your question, Ms. Lokari, you got to get your finances order and make sure you have a 401k. Make sure you have an IUL policy so you can borrow cash from it to balance things out. The other thing is from a physical standpoint, like I said, back to our point, we're joking about it, but you just got to be nice to people. Let's be honest. Most people are not going to take care of you, but you got to pick a select few people that you're real nice and generous to, Christmas gifts all the time and all that type of stuff, because I'm telling you that those are the only people that's going to remember you, that you got to, you know what I mean? That's going to be like, all right, you cripple, you walking with Lil Walker. That's the only person that's going to be like, man, Uncle Lucario took care of me when I was young, man. You know what? I'm going to let him move in. Like, jokes aside, right? You know what I mean? It's the truth.
Right. Nigga, right. That's why I gotta. Nigga, you know what? You just fucking lit a fire under my ass. I gotta make more content. I gotta do more shit. I gotta make more fucking money out here, because I'm not. Look, I love my nephew, but I'm not putting all that pressure on him like that. Though.
Right.
Do it. Like, I need to have that extra piece, that extra thing of cash to make sure a nigga could get a nice assisted living condo. You know what I'm saying? And I got a nurse at the nursing table with a fat ass that could come see a nigga from time to time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, you got them meds for a nigga? My fucking gout is acting up, bitch. You know what I'm
saying? And think about it, Miles. You know what? The crazy part about this, and this is a real message to entrepreneurs and business owners.
Yeah.
It's triple worse for you. Everybody on the panel is actually 3 times as worse. Because remember, once you stop working, you are no longer paying into Social Security.
Right.
Forget it, worrying about if it's a thing or not. Like, so it's triple worse. So all jokes aside, like, if you're an entrepreneur, you got to take this way more serious, though, because you got no Social Security. You're probably not going to randomly have a 401k. So your main hope is really creating other streams of income, like the IULs, like we do, all jokes aside, and all that type of stuff, because it's real out here, man. Right. Imagine, God forbid, you are unhealthy person at 55. You know, now you really crippled or something like that. You can't go back to work if something crazy happened. You hit.
And I think the upside is that people we're in the age of information now, right? People are living a lot longer, right? That's what they say. So because of that, like I said earlier, prevention, mixed with the fact that, yes, you still need to find a way to increase your income on some way, shape, form, or fashion, because regardless, you're going to need it. You're going to need to pay somebody to help you. Because even if you think about it, even back in the days when we were young, right, we were fortunate to where it took a village to raise a child. So then if we were watched by somebody, right, that was going to take care of us. Vice versa, now there's not that many people who are watching other people. There are not that many people who are looking after other people. The world's not that unified anymore. So we're not as eager to do so. So you have to have money to pay somebody to help take care of you, is my point. You know what I'm saying? There's really no way around that. That's like the best thing I could say is increase your income, find some type of streams that you can do. And now these days, especially on the internet, there's hundreds of ways that you can make money. So, make some money, invest some money, and save some money for the times to where you can no longer work and you need some assisted living, you need help, right. and these policy, some of the policies, some of the products that we have do come with a part of it to where you can get the assisted living. So just know that as well. So talk to us more about that. We could possibly help you out to where in the future you can get a policy to where it can also help you out and benefit you when it comes to the assisted living. When it comes to living benefits, your living benefits do kick in. If something were to happen to you, you actually get money. And let's say if you were to fall and break a hip, you lost the arm, you lost the leg, you caught stage 4 cancer. If something severely happens to you, you do get access to the money from your policy to help sustain your living. So these things are at your exposure. So, just like I said, give us a call and we can talk more about that as well. So that's another way that you can help yourself in the future.
What about the stubborn old people that don't act like they don't want no help? Because my pops, he the type of nigga, he act like, you know what I'm saying? He one of them niggas that act like he don't need no help. You know them type of motherfuckers?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like niggas that be acting like, no, don't touch me. No, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I mean, this is what I say to that, Miles. I mean, I help take care of my parents now and all that type of stuff, man. There's no choice. It's not an option. You know what I mean? Like, it's the level of how much you care about them and who you want to pick and choose who you want to take care of. You give them no choice.
Right.
I play no games with my pops and my mother. Like, I give them no choice in a lot of things. And I have real conversations. In 10 years, you may start losing your faculties and losing the ability to do a lot of stuff.
Right.
We can be business partners right now.
Right.
Or I can treat you like a child 10 years from now.
Oh, shit.
You know what I mean? Like, I have those real conversations with my peeps.
Let me find out RKT is a bunch of pimps. like moms, either get down or lay down. What? Yo, pops, put it down. Put down a cigar, nigga. No more of that shit. No, what? No salad dressing on the salad, nigga. Just eat the cucumbers raw, nigga. The fuck? This nigga, let me find out this nigga Rashid out here fucking thugging out. Like, yo,
you got no choice. It's real out here, man. You know it's the truth because we know what happens. Though, like, you know what I mean. Like, we work together now, or later on, you will have no say so at all. Right. Now,
like right now, both of my parents are still like decent where they could still hustle and kind of take care of themselves to a certain extent. But so I'm kind of like, I'm holding out as long as I can because I know at some point they're going to need my help. You know what I'm saying? So I don't over, because I know niggas that they just fucking, young niggas, right? They send their mom, for example, $1,000 a month just for living. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Not right now. I feel like, or I'm anticipating that there's going to be a time where you have no choice but to lean on me for money. And if we're not there yet, I'm not adding any time to that section of life for you. You understand? I'll wait till the last minute where when you say, all right, listen, bro, you're going to have to come up off some bread to keep me alive, to keep me breathing. I'm like, all right, moms, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But if you still moving and shaking and hustling, handle your business for as long as you can handle your business. Don't lean on me just yet. And as a matter of fact, I need more time to amass my fortune. You understand what I'm saying? And shit, I already got fucking, life insurance policies on my parents and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? With RKT appraisals, by the way. You know what I mean? But as far as me like handing them bread, I'm holding out as long as I can on that. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm like the more strain they put on me, I feel like it's taken away from the magnitude of what I can do with the money that I make now. You see what I'm saying? But then when the time comes, hopefully I'll be in a position where, help supporting them when they in that later, that latter part of their life. I'm already in a space where it's like, it's absolutely no problem. You understand? Right now, it's still going to be a little problem. So I'm trying to wait until that point where it's like, it's absolutely no problem. I got you. You know what I'm saying? So especially since it wasn't my parents who helped me put this thing together in the first place. Because it's not like I come from a rich family or anything like that. Niggas grew up poor. You understand what I'm saying? So give me my time to actually get, if not wealthy, at least comfortable. And then I can hold niggas down. You see what I'm saying? I know a lot of cats who, some niggas who just because it's their moms, it's like, yo, but that's my mom's though. And I'm like, yeah, but she just a person like anybody else, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, be realistic with your shit. Now, if you already making the type of money where you could send your mom hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars a month for no reason, more power to you. You understand? But I'm not there yet. You understand? So I'm not doing it.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, you know, my thing is to add to what you're saying, Miles, and tweak a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because the main thing is giving advice too. On the flip side, is that you really got to use your parents and the people that we're talking about as business partners and set them up, because you can combine what you're doing with what they're doing to make that happen. What do I mean by that? For me personally, strategically, you know, I'm in the process of getting my father a house. You know what I mean? My mother has a house already. So what does that mean? That's now an asset that the house is getting paid off, and it's money that they can use when they rent out that property. If I put them in a home, whatever the case is, that asset that they have can pay for them living comfortably. And what does that mean for me as an individual, to your points as far as getting wealthy, is that eventually they're going to die. So eventually that asset that my father has, that, you know, I can divvy it out to, you know, my other brothers and sisters, but it's going to also put money in my pocket. So it's investing in the older heads, and then they're going to die eventually. It's going to pay off, whether it's their policy and its asset, and it's going to pay for them to actually live. Because like I said, if I get my pops a house and he lives in the basement, soup up the basement, and he rents out the top floor, and it's paying for him to live a comfortable life, at the end of the day, it's paying down the house, it's paying for him to have a comfortable life. So when he does lose some of the stuff I have to take over, it's not going to cost anything out of my pocket. And when he does die, he leaves me an asset, which he wants to leave me anyway, to make him feel good. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Right.
So there's steps, and those are the ways that you can actually legitimately help the older heads and help yourself at the same time. It's a heavy workload, though. It's not easy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But see, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not. That's what I mean. I'm not there yet, bro, because I'm not even in position to. I'm not even officially in position to like purchase an asset like that yet. Yeah. You understand? According to certain issues that that we don't need to get into right here, but you know, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like your parents are. It's cool to take care of your parents, but I feel like I'm thinking you just got to do it sensibly. You understand? Because I'm not going to like Lucario always says, yo, if you had $5 and you had to get somebody $250, that shit is fucked up. But if you got, 50 million and you got to give somebody $1 million, it's not that bad. You see what I'm saying? So, I want to be in a position where I got 50 million. And if I need to give my pops and my moms $1 million, you understand? I could do it without blinking. You understand? So that's where I'm trying to be. So I'm just saying that to say that, have a plan to help your family, but do it sensibly. You know what I'm saying? Don't break yourself or put yourself in debt just because you're trying to be a good son or some shit like that. Because truthfully, I didn't ask y'all motherfuckers to bring me here. Y'all had all the fun. And then I popped up out of nowhere because I wasn't even planned. Because, Jamaican parents don't fucking plan shit. They just be fucking. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga just popped up out of nowhere and then you expect me to take care of you? Nah, son. I I love my parents though. Let me stop acting like that.
Yeah, I think our parents, for the most part, they're good as far as like, well, for now, they're pretty mobile. Their finances is they're not rich or nothing, but I think they're okay for now. But in the next 5 or 10 years, because of inflation and cost of living going up, they may experience some hard times? I believe they might.
Right.
So that's why it is part of my job to make sure that I'm in a position to, when those things do happen, I can do the best that I can to assist them and help them out. Right. As far as their physical help, I'm not gonna lie, like they're pretty good for their age. Like my mom has, she had 5 sisters. Well, she had 4 sisters. I'm sorry, right? And she's the healthiest out of all her sisters. Mm-hmm. She still goes to the store by herself, carries bags. She does. So I think she walks more than me at this point.
Nice.
So she does her thing. My pops, he's still legit as far as his fit. Like he still lifts weights and everything. Like even if he doesn't go to the gym, I know he still lifts weights. He always been lifting weights. So I think that like physically they're going to be good for a while. You know?
Now and That's a question that I wanted to ask. Like, what's the age that you think, like a guy like me that's trying to hold out for as long as I can? Like, what's the average based on what y'all know about, in the real estate finance, life insurance industry and all that type of stuff? What's like the average age where you should be like looking at your parents like, all right, it's about that time that I got to put a plan together to kind of like maybe get a house for them, put them up here, or put them into some type of assisted living, or like what's that age? I mean, I know that there's a lot of health concerns and different things that can change that, but what's the average age for that though?
I would say definitely around 55.
Really?
Yes.
That's early, bro.
That's why. Think about this logically.
Both of my parents are past 55 already, nigga.
Correct. But remember this. One, as to our point earlier on, as you get up in age, things happen out of your control. Things happen because you don't take care of your health. Wait, real quick. Not to cut you.
Hold that thought. So my dad, he's 72. He's doing pretty good then.
Yeah, no, he's doing. Yeah, if he's 72, he's doing good. Yeah.
My dad is still running around hustling, making his own money and everything.
But this is the key thing, though. This is the key thing, though, in terms of the real estate portion. If you nip these type of things in the bud 55 to 65 before someone retires, they are still working full time. So if they're still working full time, they can now get that asset still. Because remember, now if you're retired or you drop down to part time, your income has dropped dramatically. So therefore, you're not going to get approved for that asset. But if you lock something in that 55 to 65 range right before you retire, that is that asset that you can fall back on in terms of the income coming in. That's why you want to start that process at that early age. If you can do it before, if your peeps have something before, that's okay, but you still want to add on to it, because that's the key thing about it, is that at that age you can't really create multiple streams of income. You know what I mean? Like it's just not natural. You know what I mean? Some people can do it, but that's not the norm. So at that age, you want to have those other streams of income generating already and building up. So this way, if you start that process at 55 to 65 for them, they got their 401k to fall back on. They got their pension. If they're still part of that generation, they got their pension to fall back on. Then they have one or two homes in that process. So they have nothing to worry about from a financial aspect. Now, if you wait to 65, 67, they can't do nothing. They have a very limited income. They don't have the mental capacity to hustle crazy outside of the situation where your pops is 72. That's not normal. You know what I mean? So if you fall into any other category, you're hit. But you want to get that head start right around 50, 55-ish.
Right.
Like I said, you can do all those things.
Yo, shout out to my pops though, bro. 55?
I know, right? That's young as fuck to be worried about shit.
Bro, my pops still make road trips from New York to Florida, nigga. My dad still drives himself from Florida to New York. That's a fucking 18-hour, 19-hour road trip. And he got, my dad make roots. He sell roots and all this type of shit. My dad, shout out to my pops, nigga. Because let me tell y'all something. My pops is a Rastafarian. He's all about the Ito and the fucking, the vegetables, and there was a time in his life where he ate meat and shit like that, but real quick he crossed over to only eating fish. Now he don't even eat fish like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on occasion on his birthday, but every day that nigga be chopping up mushrooms and celery and ginger and all the cool shit. And that's what he do to keep himself, and then he make bulgur. A lot of y'all might not know what bulgur is, but he make bulgur. He eat raw oats and, sea moss. He's the one that taught me about all that shit. All the juicing that I do, sea moss and roots and certain herbs and all the type of shit that I fuck with. It's my dad that taught me all of that shit. So shout out to my pops, man. I didn't even know it was like that. Because I thought you was because of what I know about my dad, I thought you was going to say, okay, maybe you could start looking at around maybe 70, 75. Nigga said 55. Like, what? Shit, my dad is a fucking G, man. Shout out my pops, nigga. Shout out my fucking pops, nigga. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's why my dad be acting that way, because he's 72. Like one day he had a situation where he slipped on something and like kind of fell over, and I got up to grab him, and he was like, "Fuck off me, nigga! What you doing?" And I'm looking at him like, "Nigga, why you acting like you didn't just fucking fall?" Why you acting like you wasn't on the floor like 2 seconds ago, nigga? He's like, move man, me all right. Touch me for a bumper clock. Hey, move. And I'm like this nigga, but my pops is a fucking G72.
Think about it.
And still moving around.
Not the country miles, the reality situation. We call Teslas. We all family on this panel. So
yeah,
all our families from the islands. That's different. The regular American families, no disrespect to straight Americans, is not the same. They're not built the same. So to your point,
100%.
100%. I mean, it's the real truth, though. We're being honest, though. You know what I mean?
Mario, hit the button. Hit the
exactly. You got to hit the
but that's it's the truth. Listen, man, my mom's is 70, man. I never forget, man. This was about 5 or 6 years ago, man.
Yeah.
And my mom's like maybe I was 65 or 66, something like that.
Yeah.
And this is when I knew I had to get my life together.
Right.
We was at a track at a little high school where she lived at, whatever the case was, and it was Little Baby Hill. And when I tell you, I saw my little old mother that has diabetes, that's 60 something years old at that time, run up that damn hill faster than me.
Woo!
That's what I knew. I had to get it together.
Get your life together, nigga. My 60-year-old mother done beat me up the hill.
Yes. I just admitted that. That's one of
those. That's one of those shits where you heard this in the back of your head. You was like, "Oh shit! I done lost that life. What the fuck?"
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yo.
But to your point, like your pops eating green bananas, ginger, all that type of stuff. It's real. Taking care of yourself is real, man. It's a real thing.
Oh wow, man.
And I think a lot of because think about it, like it's calculated as far as the time in age. Like think about it, if you work from like the age of 18 to 65, right?
Yeah.
That's retirement, and you're usually between 65 and 75. Yeah. That's when a lot of people pass back then. People living a lot longer now, but that's what they were calculating it back then. So then you really hadn't. What was your retirement? 5 years. Mm-hmm. So then these companies, they didn't care of investing in you because they knew that your money wasn't going to last but so long before you crocked over and died anyway. You get what I'm saying? But because people are living a lot longer, you still got to pay to live. If you were making $50,000 a year, and once you retire, if you don't have a certain amount of income, how do you live? Like if you're used to making $50,000 a year. Right, so it's something that's serious that we really do got to think about. And that, like I said, that's from the financial side, and from the health side. Yeah, man. Like you said, Miles, your pops is 72. Our pops is 66, right? Mm-hmm. I believe, yeah, he's 66. So yeah, they getting up there in age, but I feel like they're still mobile and able to do things. I used to drive with my pops to Florida every year, right? Mm-hmm. We haven't gone like within the last maybe 2 years, but we did it like consecutively for like maybe 8 years straight, right? And I noticed that like we would take turns, but he would last long. Like he'd be driving for about a good 7 to 8 hours straight. Yeah. And then once I see he got a little tired, he was drifting a little bit. It's like, Pops, I got you. Don't worry, I'll take over. Yeah. But point is, he was like lasting. Like this is something that he can do. He's been doing it for a long period of time. So the fact that a lot of our parents are in this position, like Rashid was saying, because of we have Caribbean ancestors. They come from a more natural, holistic way of living. It's a great thing. It's unfortunate that a lot of Americans, they don't live this way. So that's why that mark, as far as that 65 to 70 mark, to a lot of people pass away, it's predicated upon their health habits and how they eat. Right. And I say they because we're pretty much a mixed breed, and our culture is connected. We'll be even though we were born here, our way of living is still from the islands as well. So then we've got the best of both worlds. So then for us, it's normal for you to have certain things in your fridge. You need to think twice about it. Exactly. You get what I'm saying? And for a lot of people, that's not the case. But then my point is, people got to start somewhere. people must start somewhere as far as what they're putting in their bodies. Why?
Right.
Because it's a game of longevity.
Explode. No, C4. No energy drink is good. No energy drink is good. If you want an energy drink, you got to go get yourself a fucking juicer. Period. Okay, 100%. or eat an apple or some shit. No energy drink is good, bro. None. Fucking shout out to Kevin Samuels, but that nigga had a heart attack and he drank fucking Red Bull every fucking day, and nobody knows how many Red Bulls he drank. You understand? And he had a fucking heart attack at 53. 53. Okay, and he was the skinny nigga. He looked healthy enough.
Right.
He had a heart attack at 50 fucking 3. You understand? It's because his parents wasn't from the islands. Oh,
yo, you stupid.
Them niggas is the worst. They got me all late on this shit.
But no disrespect. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. But yeah, energy drinks is not good, bro. Energy drinks is not good. Because I don't want nobody clipping this and coming for me and shit, please. Niggas loves them some Kevin Samuels, niggas. So let me take it easy.
So what's the last thoughts you have on this topic as far as, taking care of old people or people getting old themselves? Like what's y'all last thoughts on this?
I'll do the last thoughts so the RKT cast could speak last. So I'll say this. I'm right after this. No, not right after this, but at 7 p.m. I got my boxing training set up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see my trainer. You know what I'm saying? I had some sauteed chicken today with no grease. I'm about to when as soon as I get off here, I'm about to juice some. I went and got some papaya because I remember you had papaya last week, Kaleem. So I went and got some papaya this week, and I'm juicing the whole thing with the seeds and everything. So I got papaya, some cantaloupe, some celery, some beets, some ginger. You understand? Like, listen, and I'm still a fucking red meat eater, but I try to balance it out with the juicing and shit, bro, and the walking and the healthy living, bro. I'm trying to spit this game as long as I fucking can. It's a good thing that this job is not physically intensive. You understand what I'm saying? So I could just sit here and talk. But in between time, that's why I do my walks every day. That's why I do boxing training. That's why I work out. You understand? And I try to drink green juice as much as I can, because this health shit is not a fucking game, bro. It's really not. But I just want to say that real quick. I'll give it to the RKT real estate and finance guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, as far as me goes, the main thing is just go to the website, book a consultation, man. It's the reason why we call RKT Real Estate and Finance. We will look at your whole situation. We'll look at your parents' situation and be like, listen, hey, if they're making enough income, be like, hey, let's go get them a house. Let's get you a house. Let's get this rotation going so both you and your whole family set, so everybody that could depend on each other and don't have to worry about anything financially down the line.
Facts.
Last thing I would say is that I'm a strong believer in karma. Right, so any youngins out there, man, find somebody that's older who that's a little, I guess, disabled or can't do much for themselves. Help them out, man. It don't gotta be nothing crazy, just something that's to where you could make an impact in their life for the rest of their life that they have left. Other than that, yes, call RKT Real Estate and Finance, and we can help you out.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Guys, make sure you guys hit up RKT Real Estate and Finance, and we will holler at y'all later. All right. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We go.